Let Us Talk It's ZIPINAR. As every week, we are always excited to bring you new topics, new speakers, and with our only intention being that we try from our little area how much we can help the community, to empower, to inform them of new topics, of old topics in a new way. Whatever our speakers are passionate about, they come on this platform and they speak out. And if you have a topic or you want to share with the community, you are more than welcome to connect with us. You can email us at webinar@letustalkit.com, or you can even visit our website and register there. You can even, those who have joined us on social media, you can leave your comment, feedback, and let us know about it. We do not only do professional ZIPINARs every Wednesday from 12 p.m. EST, but we also do our Let Us Talk It youth webinars, where we try to enhance the future of our generation. The youth, we start from educating them first, prepping them, and then they go live on live webinars. We have two groups, from 6 to 11 and from 12 onwards. And we have regular prep sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at different timings. And then we go live on Fridays and Saturdays, respectively. So that's a lot of things, and other also yoga, and be it other investment areas. A lot of things get involved on the platform. And if you want a piece of it, you can visit our website, or you can even contact any one of us. Having said that, we are excited to have two speakers who are very, I would say, new in the industry, but they are very passionate. They love what they do, and they are coming up with two very important and a topic of the times. The first topic is lead generation through social media, B2B marketing through LinkedIn. And if you want to know how to advertise your company's products and services effectively, you should be joining in and staying and listening to this speaker. And she has 5 years of experience in business development. She believes that trust yourself is the greatest encouragement for you to feel confident. And she also, in this field, she believes that the first step is building relationships. So let's hear from Kinjal, who is our first speaker. Thank you, Kinjal, for joining in. Over to you.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for having me. It's really honored to join the Let Us Talk It. And here I am sharing my 5 years experience in business development and what kind of skills you can use to grow your business. Okay, so let's start, and thank you so much. So, hello everyone. Here I'm sharing my experience. So, what is the lead generation in the case of business development? Any business need a lead generation from actually in social media. Many 75% of people are using social media to generate their business. So in this generation, in this era, it's really important to identify your lead, your business through social media. So what is lead generation? It says that someone interested in your product and services. What kind of product and services you are providing, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's healthcare products, whether it's IT services, whatever services you are providing. If someone interested in you, then you can generate the lead from them and then convert into customers, paying customers, I would say, paying customers. So it could be B2C and B2B. B2C means business to direct customers, and B2B means company to company, business to business. Okay, so why you think that we need social media lead generation? Okay, so currently any business needs a digital presence. uh, Without digital presence, no one knows that this company or this business is exist. So for brand awareness, it's really needed to be in the social media, and to drive the your website traffic, you can get the lead from the social media as well. Social media in the sense, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, there are many social media. You can drive the traffic from there and convert your uh, visitor into customers. So you can engage them, you can chat with them, call with them, anything. You can do the business from that. So you can in a Facebook they are providing like a audience target. In Instagram they are providing also. So you can target the audience as per your services and as per your product. If you like selling kids items, and then you can generate the uh, you can target the audience like a 16 to 18, 5 to 6, so they reach better audience and you can connect with them better. And so it's really needed that social media, it's really needed to generate your business. Right now Instagram is high, and to generate the business. Actually they are recently launched the shop now in their Instagram product. uh, Only you customer need to click on shop now, and then they can shop from the Instagram. So it's a very basic and quick thing to generate the business from there. So they post their targeted and very eye-catchy content. From that they can generate the business. It's not just Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's just post. It's not a, like a all thing like post photos or videos or anything, but it's a really great platform for content to share with anyone. To videos, you can generate the product videos, how to use it, and then you can generate the business from that. And LinkedIn is a really helpful for B2B market. B2B market, uh, like if you want to like to any connect with any people in the country, you can connect with them. YouTube, you can share your views, you can share your product services, how to use them, how to solve any problems. So everyone will connect with you through social media. So Twitter, Reddit, everything can generate help to generate the lead and help to generate the business. Okay, so main topic is how to generate the leads from social media. Okay, so in a Twitter, there are multiple ways to generate the lead from Twitter as well. They are posting content like, yes, I would like to take example of IT services. They are posting content like, I need the app developer, I need the cloud based services. So you can connect with them by replying on that tweet, DM them, then provide your portfolios. So in Twitter they are also providing the leads. And then LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can generate the leads by compelling content. Yes, content is a more important thing in generate the leads or generate the business. Someone said that content is a king of digital marketing, or content is a king of any business. So compelling content is very important, that you can create the unique content to post something, to share something. Then Second one is testimonial. Yes, testimonial is a view of your feedback from the users, from your client. So through testimonials, or we can say that if we like to purchase any product from e-commerce market, like if I like to pick any dress, then we directly go to the reviews and check what kind of reviews people are providing. Based on that, we choose the product. So testimonial is a second really great parts of to generate the leads. Then use a wise hashtags. Hashtags is a more important for to reach the right audience. Yes, to right audience in Instagram, in Twitter, in Facebook. Is really important to use wise hashtags. You don't want to use like uh, in e-commerce product. If you like to buy the dress, or if you like to show the dress to sell, I mean, so you don't need to add like services or something else. You really need to put the hashtag like buy or sell dress, buy the dress, uh, cheap dress. Any hashtags is related hashtag is really important to reach the better audience. And then ads with the special offers. Everyone knows that offers attract any people. Okay, so try to ads with the special offers like discount offers, like 320 to 30% discount on registration, and any special occasion you can put the discount. So discount special offers always attract the people towards your business. Then leverage social media sponsorship. With sponsor there are number of people or number of influencer are in the social media. They have a millions of followers over there, so you can sponsor your product through them. Like you can you may have see many of the product or many of the videos that they get paid partnership with this influencer. So through that you can reach million of the people who actually follow them, and uh, you can add that your services with the social media. Then host live event, launch referral program. You can launch the referral program that if you refer your friend, you can get that discount, you can get credits, or you can get services in that way. Then use influencer. Those are the really great things to generate the leads from social media. Okay, so in social media, there are two ways to generate the leads. It's organic and paid. Through hashtags, through right content, you can do the organic marketing, organic everything. But for a paid partnership with influencer, for any creator, artist, it's another thing. So you can first 2 to 3 months you can generate the leads from paid marketing. So after getting real good followers like a 10,000 to 20,000, then you can start the organic marketing. With that you can reach the better audience with that. So audience targeting is really important in that as well. As per your product and services, you can target audience, right audience. You have to target the right audience for that. Then increase the reach, as I says, that you can reach the target audience by organic and paid both thing. Okay, and then ask a question. Yes, by host the event, by go to live, you can just ask a question kind of events. So by that you can generate the leads from that also. Now in the social media, I would like to pick the topic for LinkedIn specifically for a LinkedIn. It's the most useful thing for B2B marketing. As I earlier said, that B2B marketing is a really important thing to generate the long-term business. Okay, so it's like not a one-time thing that you will just give the services for a one time, 1 to 3 months. It's not like that. B2B generate leads on marketing. It's for a long term. It's for a year, 2 year. It's continuously. If you get the work through LinkedIn, it's a B2B marketing. So how to generate the leads from or how to market your business with the LinkedIn? So first of all, it's your personal profile. You should have to, I mean, maintain or create great profile to interact with anyone who connect with you. First see your profile and your headline. Yes, you should have to photo profile headings and everything in particular manner. Your photo should be represent yourself. So it's not a like just a sad face and put that photo on your social media in LinkedIn personal profile. That smile face, everyone attracts with the smile face. So yes, smile face and professional wearing photograph in your LinkedIn profile. Then post the status updates regularly. Okay, consistency of content is really important to generate the lead from any social media, not even LinkedIn. Consistency is more important. If you generate the leads from even Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, consistency is more important. So post a regular updates. Okay, so and then integrate your Twitter tweets into LinkedIn profiles. So you can cover both the audience, Twitter audience as well LinkedIn audience. So you need to integrate with your LinkedIn profile. Okay, then generate the polls to conduct the market research. Okay, so there are number of question like are you interested in these services, or you can just check and like they are posting like are you comfortable working from home? So they are yes, no, any neutral answer, or DM me something things. So they, from there you can connect with everyone. You can get the views, or you can just like if any graphic designer would like opinion like which one is the best logo, so they will put those logo and then just poll for like sec one or two which logo is good. So from there they can research the market, they can research other views from their polls. And then other thing is ask your business partner for recommendation testimonial. I would say it's the most important thing to generate the leads or get the trust. Yes, to get the trust is really important to recommendation. If there are list of recommendation in your LinkedIn profile, then everyone like thinking that yes, he has or she has something in it, that this kind of people give a recommendation. So yes, recommendation is really important to generate or market any business or any services. Okay, so other thing is promote your event. Like everyone is posting like a joining event, or they create event, others are joining in it. So that kind of people, they are community, they are interact with each other through virtually or through any any place to go to there. And so this kind of event you need to promote for your product, for your services. Then interact with your target audience on LinkedIn. You just need to filter or everything. LinkedIn is providing really beautiful filter for to generate your business and to target your audience. If you like to generate a business from US, then you need to share the location, even city, that you need a real estate people, real realtors for California. Then you need to select, you need to just keyword, location select, industry select, then you can just get your audience. So then message him. Do not, yes, one thing is, do not connect directly, like connect and send. No, don't do that. Just put notes, something in that, and then send the connect to them. So these are really effective way to connect with them, that they know how or what purpose you would like to connect with them. So it's a really basic and really great thing to interact with the people. Then publish articles, useful contents. As I said, content is a really beautiful thing, really most important thing to generate the business. So publish article in regularly. So you from that you can get the real idea of uh, how much people are viewing your post, how much interact with you. If they have any question, they can DM you, they can message you, they can and criticize. Even you will get the criticize as well, but criticize is always the best step to success. Yes, if you criticize, you may, you can get a stronger. Okay, so you can that criticism in a good way, that yes, you need to change in your services, you need to change in product, you need to change in content, everything. So yes, these are the main personal profile and you can generate from there your business. Then after that, company profile, yes, they are multiple CEO, founders, CTOs. I mean, they build their profile, but they forget to build their company profile. But that is unnecessary. I mean, you need to focus on company profile as well. They will if any company would like to know about you, about your company, about your product, about your services, anything, they may, or they will go to your company page, and what kind of employee over there, what kind of services we are providing, and everything they connect with that. So you need to create a company page on LinkedIn, then update company page frequently. As I said, that you need to post content from your personal profile as well as company profile, something that helpful to them, something to tell them that yes, from this they are getting the right what's the right content, or right uh, any advice or right direction to go over there. So like that, you need to provide the content, then prepare the proper presentation of country, company intro and services, and then share it to Google and slash share, and then share it to your company page. So by that you can get the details as well. And then uh, post, I mean, that blog post is a really good thing to reach the people as well, that you can just post a blog on your websites, your on blog sites, and then share it to your company page. So from there you can drive the traffic as well. So in your company, how's your company culture, how's your company interact with your employees, how is your country sorry company is interact with your colleagues, your clients as well. So all our things needs to post on this LinkedIn company page as well, so everyone knows that your company is doing this thing, they behave your employee like this. Yes, these are the many factors are affecting to generate the business. So and other things, it you need you can create a group of to to attract more uh, some kind of people to participate, and you can post some questions, you can get the services, you can do the interact with the people easily to by the creating group and help people. And you just not need to just give a sales pitch that yes, we are providing this kind of services in the first message. Yes, you need to careful that you don't need to give a just kind of message that yes, and we are providing this kind of services, we have product, are you interested in that? No, it's not a good idea. I would say it's not a good idea. You need to thoroughly go through their profile, their activities, everything, and then you need to ask to like, yes, you are doing this kind of, you are into digital marketing, you are into this kind of services, this create, and then after 2 to 3 messages, after 2 to 3 days, you can just give the intro and interact with each other. Like that, you can generate the more leads and more followers and more connection with the good content. Okay, so yes, these are the things. And thank you so much for having me. It's really great to talk with you, everyone, and hope you like my session as well. And if you have any question, please don't bother to ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kinjal, for that interesting and informative presentation that you have. Like, for me, what's very effective, really, if I am like a customer to become a lead, is that the testimonies, the feedback. So because like you become a customer through browsing, most of the people right now are like doing online shops and all that for their small business. So if they have good feedbacks or testimonies from customers, other will definitely be hooked up. So
Yes, correct.
that's for
Yes,
me.
correct. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Anyone have questions? Feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask Kinjal. Yeah, do not be shy. Ask Kinjal. She's free to answer any questions you have, or if you'd like to share your insight as well. Okay, so maybe you can just put it in chat if you don't have anything as of the moment, so we can proceed to the next topic for today. All right. So
Okay. Thank you.
again,
Thank you
thank you
so much.
everyone for joining today. So the next topic that will be discussed is about cloud computing and DevOps. So there's a question posed, what is cloud computing and DevOps? All right. So this topic will be discussed by a senior associate um, and also experienced DevOps engineer with a demonstrated history of working in the marketing and advertising industry. So this person is very skilled and has a strong engineering professional with a bachelor of technology focused in electrical, electronics, and communications engineering from Guru Gobind Singh in Indraprastha University. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but I will not prolong it. Let me hand over the session to Mr. Milind Sardana. Take it over.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you for the introduction. So, hi everyone. As Phil introduced me, my name is Milind. I have an experience of 5 years in the IT industry. I've been working on DevOps and the infrastructure part of the applications. So, the core role of my job is to automate and reduce the manual efforts which developers and the operations people do so that they can invest their time more in some other tasks, some dynamic tasks, rather than repeating the daily or the regular stuff. Yeah, so that's just a short.
Milind, we lost your audio.
Can you hear me now, Phil?
Yes, yes, we can. And we can see your screen.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll be using two presentations. So one is for the cloud computing and other will be on DevOps. So I'll not be going to the, since like I think the audience is a mix of technical and non-technical persons. So I will not be going into the deep core technical language. I will be explaining everything in a more layman's and an easy to understand words. Yes, so I'll start with my presentation now. So if we talk about cloud computing, I'll be covering these topics. What is cloud computing? The history of the cloud computing, the service models. By service models, I mean the type of cloud computings, like the options as a customer which people have when they opt for going for the cloud computing for their businesses or their products implementations, and the architectures behind the cloud computings, the security, since we live in a world in which the cybersecurity is a very, I would say, a very trending and a very concerned topic these days. So we'll be covering the security part as well. Then the cloud clients, basically how we can access the backend of the cloud computing, and some little information about the research and some issues as well which we face with cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? So in general, I would say that uh, if anyone, can I have an idea in our audience who's working in the IT industry or anyone who's working on servers, like on a front end or a back end, or just if anyone who's using some uh, applications or websites in their day-to-day life?
We have here Chandu. He said it's
Okay,
AWS
AWS.
and Azure.
Okay, that's good. Good. Yeah. So I think Chandu already knows what I'm going to talk about. So yeah. So basically, cloud computing is something which gives us a option to, access some computers resources. For example, some servers. If I say a generic word, will be servers remotely. Like I don't have to invest on the hardware of those machines. I don't have to invest on the maintenance and on the updates of those machines. I just need to, the only thing which I'll need is an internet and a subscription, so that I can access those machines, and those machines are hosted somewhere in other part of the world from various vendors. So if I talk about the vendors, the most popular three vendors which are in the industry right now are Microsoft, Azure, Google Cloud, and the third is the Amazon Web Services. And talking particularly, if I talk about the Indian industry, the AWS is very much common in India. And if we talk about in the complete all over the world scenario, then I would say Azure is much more like used if we talk about the all over the world. And the one reason behind it is that DevOps. So I'll cover DevOps going further as well. But since cloud computing and DevOps go simultaneously now, so Azure provides a very better way as compared to the other two most used clients. So yes. So just a short clips, if you can see on my screen, internet-based computing in which large groups of remote servers are network size so as to allow sharing of data processing tasks, centralized data storage, and online access to computer services or resources. One more benefit of it is that since like right now, since last 1.5 year, we all of us are working remotely. So if we wouldn't have cloud computing, then this wouldn't have been possible. Like whether you use Google Sheets, everything. So that's also a part of cloud computing only. So basically, it gives us a centralized platform through which we can access through internet, and we can use it to access our applications, to build our applications, to store our data, and also to do any data processing or any kind of task which we need, like for which we need a machine to do those. So as I told you, it allows the users to deal with the software without having the hardware, since you just need a simple client, be it a laptop or an iPad and anything, and you just need to have an internet access. You don't need to worry about the hardware which you are using. So the characteristics which defines cloud computing are empowerment, agility, APIs. So if I talk about the APIs, you have an option to create a virtual machine using portals and also using APIs. So whenever a company implements cloud computing, it implements like first of all it needs a server, and in terms of cloud computing we call that server as a virtual machine. So there are two ways to do those. One is like every cloud provider has a portal through which you log in and you follow some steps to provision a virtual machine so that you can run your applications on those server, or you also have an options to do the API so that you get an integration. By integration I mean that you have a custom tool and you can integrate that tool with the cloud provider using the APIs, so that your tool is the a single screen for your application also and for provisioning the virtual machines also. And the next part comes the cost. Since we don't have to deal with the hardware problems, the maintenance issues, so obviously the cost is less. Like we, if I talk about the cost of like if you compare the cost of a server which is your on premises, and if you talk about the cost of a cloud server, that's very less, because you don't have to deal with the hardware issues, the maintenance issues, and for example if there's any power outages, so you don't have to deal with all those things. So cost is a very good factor of giving preference to cloud computing. Next comes the device and location independence. Yeah, since like if you are sitting in India and if your virtual machine is hosted even in the US, there's no issue. If you have an internet access, you can easily access it. And visualization, as I told you, a virtual machine. So we can also host databases on it. We can also host some dashboards on it, a website on it. So that's visualizations. And multi-tenancy, like you have options to host your virtual machines or your servers on multiple regions in the world. It can be US, it can be UK, it can be India as well, China. So that the options of the regions which you have depends from your vendor to vendor. Like by vendor I mean the cloud providers. And reliability, yes, it's reliable. Like if you compare the uh, cloud computing with the on-premise server provisionings, the reliability is very good, since again, like the only point which supports all these things is that you don't have to deal with the hardware issues and the maintenance headache and all. You just have to focus on the development part, on the hosting part of your applications. Scalability and elasticity. So by scalability, I would say, for example, like everyone watches Netflix. So if there are some, if Netflix has just launched a new web series and suddenly the viewership goes very high, like viewership goes to 100 times. So scalability will easily allow us to scale our servers. Like right now, if we have only, Netflix has only 10 servers, and if it sees that the present viewership is like the present number of servers will not be able to handle the amount of present viewership, the cloud computing has features which easily provides you options to increase your number of servers as per the requirement, as per the traffic which is coming to your applications. And elasticity is again the same thing, but the difference is that by scalability we mean that we have a 8 GB rams of server, and we have scaled it by, like, I mean, we have increased the ram of 16 GBs. Like from 8 GBs we have increased the ram to 16 GBs. But if it's the elasticity, by elasticity I mean we are adding on more machines to it. Like I am not increasing the RAM of that 8 GB server, but I am adding multiple 8 GB servers in that in my I would say in my architecture, so that I don't require any downtime. Like my application is up and I'm adding more servers so that I can also accommodate the uh, increased number of the users which are using my applications. And security and maintenance, yeah, definitely, like security and maintenance is also a very good characteristic of cloud computing. I will go into it once I come to that slide. So if I talk about the histories, like in the 90s, 50s and 60s, like this cloud computing was only on a theoretical basis. There were no practical usage of it. Then in the 1990s, there's a company called VMware. So they started the use of VPNs and efficient infrastructures, but these were only limited to the on-premises. Like the companies used to host a server on their own, like I would say on their own. Like they used to have a own data center and they used to have host their server on it, and then they have to deal with the hardware issues and the maintenance issues of those servers. And in the 2000s, particularly in around 2014 and 15, Amazon started building cloud services. And if anyone doesn't know, this since Amazon, there was a time that Amazon was in debt because of its e-commerce platform, and AWS was the one through which Amazon survived. Like AWS basically cleared all the debt of the Amazon e-commerce thing. So you can you can analyze through this that what extent AWS is being used in India and all over the world, and especially cloud computing is why so much trending these days. So if we talk about the service models, so service models, I mean basically the type of services which we get through cloud computing. So these are like first one is the infrastructure as a service. So infrastructure as a service, I mean, like if you see this diagram, on premise, like if you are hosting your server on your own, like on your own workplace, so you have to deal with all the components of the IT, I would say, applications, data, runtime, middleware, even the network storage, everything is on to you. You have to deal with all those things. If storage gets full, you have to on your own take a backup and then increase the storage, or like I would say not increase it, but refresh the storage. Yeah, but if we go through an infrastructure as a service model of a cloud, then you only have to deal with the applications, data, runtime, middleware, and OS. The virtualization, like the running of the servers, the storage, and the networking, like how you will communicate with the servers and how the other servers will communicate with each other, that completely is managed by the cloud service providers. You only have to deal with the operating systems of those servers. Like those depends whether you are using Linux or whether you're using Windows, depending on the requirements of your app platforms. And obviously the data, like since you are hosting the servers, so you have to decide how you will be putting your data as well. Like you will be using whether SQL services for that, or you will be using MongoDB for that. That's up to the the applications architectures. So next service which comes is the platform as a service. So platform as a service is like uh, in platform as a service, you just have to deal with the applications and the data. For example, I would say as Azure SQL. So Azure SQL is a PaaS service which gives you the option to have a database hosted on Azure, Microsoft Azure, but you don't have to deal with the hosting of that database, the uptime of the database at all. The only thing you have to deal with is the access to the databases, your schema of the database, only the database related stuff. But if it comes to the hosting of the database and the uptime of the database, that is totally managed by the cloud service providers. You don't have to deal with that at all. Even the data backups and the data restores, everything, like the scheduling of the backups and the restores depends on on the user of the PaaS, but the maintenance and the responsibility of the backup and the restore is totally dependent on the cloud service providers. And the last which we have is software as a service. And I think, like, if I give an example of Google Drive, that would be a best way to explain what is software as a service. Or you can say Office 365. Those are the examples of software as a service. Like, you don't have to do with anything of what's happening at the back end. You just completely log into your machine, log into those service, and just start doing your work. So these are the three types of service models which we get in cloud computing as of now. And next comes the deployment models. So whenever a company implements cloud computing, it has three options to do it. First is the public cloud, and then it's the private cloud, and then it's the hybrid cloud. So if I talk about the public cloud means that you have implemented your infrastructure. By infrastructure, I mean the servers and the applications on Azure, GCP, AWS, whatever suits you as per your needs. And but that is like that is publicly accessible. Like, obviously you have a security layer on it. You have VPNs through which only the persons who have the credentials to your infrastructure can access those. But that's not but yeah, like, if any breach comes out, then your security might be disturbed. So that's what we call as a public cloud. Next comes the private cloud. Private cloud is completely and dedicatedly hosted for the organization only. So but for the private cloud, the organization has to deal with all the hostings of the server. So you can take it as a private cloud. It's somewhat similar to on-premise infrastructure. Yes. And next comes the hybrid cloud. So sometimes, like, if I say, for example, there's a banking organization. So that organization wants to implement cloud computing, but due to some sensitive data, they do not want to put all the information, like they have some credit card numbers of their customers. So they don't want those data to be saved on the public cloud. So they put up a model hybrid cloud, for which some machines are on, or we can say that the front end machines on which the applications are hosted, those are on public cloud, and the database on which the sensitive data is stored, those are on the private cloud, so that the company has a more privacy on that data, and that gives them a better security as compared to the public cloud. So if we talk about the architecture, this is the basic architecture. Like, as we know that all these things, like your applications, data, servers, and virtual desktop software, everything are being hosted on a data center, and that data center can be in any part of the world, and you can access it over the internet using a VPN router or a switch through your mobiles, your laptops, your iPads, anything. Next comes the security and privacy. So by security, I mean, since whenever a organization hosts its infrastructure, obviously it has to put its data on the cloud as well. And it's not like there's an option for a private cloud or a hybrid cloud, but considering the cost, it's not feasible for all the organizations, so that like they can afford to have a public cloud or a hybrid cloud. So they go on to do everything in the public cloud. And so as a responsibility of the cloud service providers, they have to give an assurance in terms of contract that the data which is hosted on their cloud will be protected. It will not have any type of security breach. And they also give access to, like, obviously they have credential, like you have some type of security, as in a simple username and password security, but you also have a more like you can add on more levels of security. Like you can add on multi-factor authentication, that whenever a person logs in, he receives an OTP or a call as well, and once he approves that, then only he's able to access the servers. So that gives you a more next level of security. And then there are some privacy and legal issues as well. So all those things are a bit of more, I would say, not in the technical part, but these are some things which are managed by the company's management. Like basically these are the type of contracts which the company's management, the legal management and the cloud providers management deals with each other for covering these issues. And the compliance and legal issues are also in the same way. Like obviously they have to, like, since everything is hosted on any cloud provider, on the cloud providers, so the company needs an assurance that whenever they want, they can roll off their data. And whenever they roll off their data, they don't want the cloud providers to take a copy of that data, so that their security or the authenticity of their data does not get disturbed. So that's why there are some compliance and legal issues also which are considered while moving to the cloud. And there are some, like I would say, drawbacks of the cloud as well. But obviously these drawbacks are very less as compared to the benefits of Azure. So like I would say, if you see the first point, it's an example that a banking Trojan illegally used the popular AWS as a command and control channel that issued software updates and malicious instructions to PCs that were infected by the malware. So basically, like a hacker used a Trojan and it just implemented that Trojan to all the AWS servers which are a part of a particular client, and then like it asks for a particular amount of ransom money, or it it basically the customers were not able, the customers, I mean the organization employees, were not able to access anything on their servers unless they gave some ransom amount which was asked by the hacker to do it. And like since it's on cloud, like it's easily available, and cloud providers as of now also give you credit as well, like just to as a time, as a promotional activity. Even on Azure or GCP, even if you log in right now, you will have an like they give you an option to have a credit of $200 or $100, and you can use those over a period of 6 months or 1 year, so that you can just explore and analyze whether the services of any particular cloud provider suits your organization's requirements or not. So since it's so at that time it's open source, and it's already like it's I would say being used widely these days. So it I would say increases the possibility of a security breach. So whenever you go to the cloud computing, you also have to implement top level of security as well. Like you can't be just keep your machines over the internet so that anybody can access it. You have to keep it behind a VPN. If possible, you have to also implement multi-factor authentication as well. And you also implement the policies as well, that only particular users from the particular IPs can only access those servers. Not all the servers, but yeah, the most sensitive or the backend servers can have these policies, so that you are implementing the utmost security which you can. And I would say sustainability is like, yes, if we say it is sustainable, but yeah, as you know that if there's any breach in the security, or I would say not in the security, on-prem, if you're not hosting anything on-premise, you're not dealing with the hardware issues. But if your cloud machine or your virtual machine is hosted on a data center which is in US, and suddenly there's a power outage in the US, then obviously you will have to deal with the downtime. So that has not happened yet anywhere, but yes, there's a possibility that anytime you can face any natural calamity or a power outage. So yes, that thing reduces a little bit probability of having a sustainable environment in terms of cloud computing. And if I talk the research, so like since cloud computing is just like it's a growing field, so there are things which are keep coming every day. Like we are getting every day you see there are increasing number of cloud providers. You are all and even the cloud providers keep on adding the services. Like a couple of years ago, Azure, GCP only used to have virtual machines. Now they are also giving you serverless options to serverless computing, options to implement AI MLs, and options to implement your like databases were also being uh, incorporated in cloud service provide in cloud computing since last couple of years. Before that, those were not there. So yes, like it's a growing field, and new features are being added on it every day. And for the cloud clients, like simply you can use Chromebooks, web browsers, like anything which has access to the internet, you can access your virtual machines over it. And so importance is like, yeah, we use clouds every day. Like for example, if anyone is using, even if you are using Facebook, then directly or indirectly you are using cloud. And it is used to it's used to save huge amounts of data. Like if you use iCloud, if you're using Google Drive, then yes, you are storing your data on the cloud. And it makes it easy for maintaining the information since it's a centralized platform. So the organization can stores its information on a single platform rather than keeping it on different machines, and it makes it easily accessible as well. It makes the security better also. Like if I talk about the latest developments in the terms of security, so platforms like AWS, Azure, they have provided very good services for enhancements of the securities as well. Like for example, Azure provides you security center, which not only gives you the recommendations of what you can, like what things you can use to increase the security of your machines, of your infrastructure, but it also has a very good capability of scanning your present security features which have you have implemented, and then giving you advices on the basis of those security features as well, that whether what improvements you need to increase the level of security, or what are the mandatory things which you have to do so that your machines are secure over the internet. So yeah, this was what I had to explain in this presentation. Any questions if anyone has? Otherwise, we can go to the DevOps part.
Yeah, feel free to unmute if you have questions. If none, then we can proceed. Okay, please go ahead, Milind.
Phil, it's already 10:30, and like the DevOps presentation was gonna take at least uh, 15 minutes. So is it fine?
Uh,
Or like we can do it next time if that's possible. Like if there's no time crunch, that's why I'm asking.
yeah, well, okay, we started. Okay, let me check about the time crunch. Okay, so I guess possibly we can do it by the next session, Milind. like another session. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, because actually this cloud computing took a lot of time.
Yep.
So I think
That's
it's better if we put a separate session for DevOps rather
yeah,
than combining it. Yes.
that's
Yeah.
totally fine. Thank you so much for that very effortful, very informative presentation about cloud computing. All right.
And one more thing, Phil John, like if anyone is interested for any discussions for any cloud, then I am open for that. So like they can reach out to me through the LinkedIn or from yeah, the LinkedIn would be better, and I can also share my email ID over the chat.
Yeah, please do. So the audience and attendees and our
Yes.
viewers as well from different platforms can see that. Okay, so that concludes. Again, if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. Thank you, speakers, for your effort giving us the informations for today's sessions regarding important topics. All right. So we really appreciate your time today. And also, um, just to let you know that we have our live youth Let Us Talk It webinar every other Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And next week, there will be two topics, which is energy sources and fate of entertainment industries. You can join the preparation sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time by registering at our website, letustalkit.com/youth. For younger youth group, we have preparation sessions Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So this week, the topic is the impact of chores. So hope you all can join these youth webinars, which would encourage our youth as well. All right. So again, for both speakers, Kinjal and Milind, we really appreciate your time today and making us. Okay, I thought someone was on the chat, but it was your email. Thank you so much for that, Milind. For any businesses, please reach out to Milind regarding cloud. All right. So this concludes today for this presentation. I thank you again, and also for the attendees. Thanks for your time, and you have a great day ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kinjal and Milind. Bye-bye.
Bye.